Hi, this is Bob Price. Welcome to my video. And in this video, this is a continuation of the other chakra video. And I'm going to talk about the chakra class that we had that Najia hosted and what I learned by going in there. But we're also going to do a deep dive in chakras on the 4 chakras. And I'm going to put some of my graphics and artwork in here. And this is going to be a longer video because it's not possible to create a shorter video and be able to fit all this content in. So I hope you like the video, and I will get started right now. When I first started creating this video, or planned on creating it, I had a different plan in place. But my guides gave me a dream about Egypt, and it was a completely different direction than what I thought. And so I am going with what they recommended that I do here. And this is going to start off with a focus on Egypt, and it's going to be centric around Egypt with the chakra meanings. So I hope you enjoy this, and let's get going. Tonight, or last night, actually, it was Najia's chakra class. It was more than just a class, it was enlightenment. All that attended felt it, not just me. Even the wise ones, the experienced ones that had been working with her for years and had been experiencing the way that she teaches dance with vibrant energy, and she uses the chakra energy, which is unlike anybody else I know. We're talking about Najia. I was a newbie. I was just seeing something I had seen before. I thought, Najia's helping me remember though. Red roses were laid by angels at Najia's feet. It created a red floor underneath her feet. That's what I was visualizing in my mind after the chakra event. The red flowers, the red roses were there, but no one could see them, not even her, but she could feel the energy underneath her feet of the roses. The journey always begins in the red when you're working with chakras, not the soft red of memory, but the deep pulsating red that rises from the earth itself, the kind that anchors you before it transforms you. When I first stepped into that energy, it felt like standing before a living symbol of the base chakra, a glowing red tree rooted in darkness, its branches lit like veins carrying ancient fire. The storm behind it didn't frighten me. It felt like the world clearing its throat before speaking truth. This is where awakening begins, not in the sky, but in the soil beneath your feet. As I stood there, that tree, I could feel the base chakra stirring. A wave of forgotten drumbeat stirs a dancer who hasn't moved in years. The red light wasn't just shining, it was harvesting something from deep within. Me pulling up strength I didn't know I had. Every foot felt like a reminder that grounding is not stillness, it is preparation. The lighting around it cracked open the sky, but the tree didn't flinch. It absorbed the charge, held it, and glowed brighter. That is the nature of the base chakra. It teaches you to stand, to endure, to rise without apology. And in that moment, I understood why the journey must begin here. The red is not merely a color, it is a promise, a foundation, a vow that transformation is possible when you allow yourself to root deeply enough to feel the earth's heartbeat under your own. The glowing tree became a mirror of what I was becoming, grounded yet luminous, steady yet alive with electricity. This is the first step of enlightenment. The moment you realize that the fire at your base is not meant to burn you, but to build you, to transform you. The orange chakra, the second step of our journey, arrives like a whisper of warmth, not the fierce heat of fire, but the quiet, steady glow of orange that moves through the body like a promise. When the sacral chakra awakens, it doesn't shout, it breathes, it softens. It wraps itself around the places inside you that you had forgotten how to feel, and reminds you that hope is not a distant star, but a pulse already living within you. Orange is the color of returning to yourself. There is a strange magic in this chakra, a paradox that I now understood. Its flames are warm yet cool the soul. They burn away stagnation yet soothe the wounds left behind. When I stepped into this energy, it felt like walking through a field of embers that rushed to harm me. Each spark a memory, a desire, a truth rising to the surface. The sacral chakra teaches you that emotion is not weakness, it's movement. It is life reclaiming its rhythm. As the orange light deepened, I feel it stirring in the waters within me. Creativity, longing, intuition, all rising like a tide that has been waiting for permission. This chakra doesn't demand that you leap, it invites you to flow, to sway, to discover the parts of yourself that once danced freely before the world taught you to hold still. Its energy is a lantern in the dark, illuminating the path, not with certainty, but with possibility. And in that glow, something shifted. The orange chakra became a doorway to a gentle turning of the inner wheel. It reminded me that transformation is not always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet warmth spreading through the body and telling you that you are allowed to feel again, allowed to hope again, allowed to create again. This is the second step of the enlightenment. The moment the soul remembers its own softness and begins to move toward the light with grace. If you have put up walls because of pain and you have a boundary between the real you inside, where the orange chakra lives, and what you were because someone hurt you, the orange chakra can help you let go of that pain. Let go of what walls you built up, because those walls are stopping you from finding a new love, a new direction, a new life, a new hope, a new way to share your dreams. So it's up to you. What is interesting is by looking into the orange chakra, It will break down the walls as part of that process. It will help you to be able to find the beautiful you that is you. Gia, the instructor, has beautiful blonde hair that glows just like the yellow chakra. And this yellow chakra is like, it looks like the sun when it's setting, when it has that beautiful snip of orange that makes it have a beautiful yellow color. They call that the golden hour, the time when the sun bathes everything around and brings extra beauty to what you see. The third chakra rises like dawn inside the body, a slow, golden unfurling that feels like both ancient and startlingly new. When the old chakra awakens, it doesn't simply shine, it reveals, it casts light into the corners of the self where doubt once lived, dissolving shadows with the warmth that feels sentient. This is the chakra of becoming, the moment when your inner sun remembers its own brilliance and begins to rise without hesitation. As I stepped into this energy that Nagia introduced to all of us, it felt like standing in a field of soft, radiant fire, flames that didn't burn but clarified. The yellow light moved through me with a quiet authority, reminding me that the power is not force, it is presence. It is the steady glow that comes from knowing who you are and no longer apologizing for it. You are a beautiful person. You do not need to apologize to anybody for anything that you do. Be yourself. The solar plexus doesn't roar, it hums. It vibrates with a confidence that feels earned, not borrowed. There is a sacred honesty in this chakra, a truth that cannot be hidden once the light touches it. I felt it, illuminating the stories I had outgrown, the fears I had that no longer belonged to me. I have been starting to transform since I joined Nagia's group, not because the group is transforming me, because I'm learning and I'm transforming myself as I learn. The yellow chakra teaches you to stand in your own center, not as a warrior bracing for battle, but as a being who finally understands their own gravity. It is a chakra that whispers, you are allowed to take up space, and in that golden glow, something within me aligned. The old chakra became a compass, pointing me back to my own strength. With a clarity that I've never felt before, it reminded me that enlightenment is not only about rising upward, it's about standing firmly in the truth of your own light. It's especially true in the time we live. This is the third step of the journey, the moment you realize that your power has always been there waiting for you to claim it with both of your hands. I hope you like the imagery in this video. I wanted to capture the feeling of what I felt when I was at this event. It was transforming, I will tell you. It was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced. As I told the other members of the group when we were talking at the end about what we learned, I almost had to fight back tears of emotion because I had felt the energy so deeply of all the chakras we had studied. It was one of the most monumental things I've ever experienced. And this is coming from someone that did not believe in chakras, but I can tell you now, they are very real. The beautiful green iridescent tree appears in my dream. The fourth emerald green chakra rises like a breath you didn't know you were holding, a gentle emerald bloom opening in the center of the chest. When the heart chakra awakens, it does not rush forward, it expands. It unfurls like leaves touched by the morning light, revealing a tenderness that feels both ancient and impossibly new. This is the chakra of compassion, the place where the soul remembers that love is not something we chase, but something we become. Its green glow is the quiet miracle of being alive and open at the same time. Najia embodies this energy in a way that feels almost otherworldly. She teaches with love that doesn't just reach the room, it fills it. She empathizes with every soul who steps into her circle, as she can feel the stories beneath their skin. In my mind's eye, she stands crowned in emerald leaves, a living soul of the forest wisdom, and the heart's infinite capacity to heal. Her presence alone reminds you that love is not fragile, it is the strongest force we carry. When she opens her hand and reveals 4 glowing emeralds, it feels like witnessing a heart chakra made manifest. Each stone radiates a different shade of green: compassion, forgiveness, connection, and truth. Yet they pulse together like a single heartbeat. The light they emit is blinding. It is soothing like a balm, gently placed over old wounds. In that glow, you can feel the heart chakra teaching its deepest lesson, that love is not a distraction, but a continual unfolding. And in that emerald radiance, something inside me shifted. The heart chakra became a sanctuary, a place where I could finally breathe without armor. It reminded me that enlightenment is not only about rising upward, it's also about opening inward, about allowing yourself to feel the full spectrum of humanity without closing your doors. This is the 4th step of the journey, the moment you realize that love is not merely an emotion but a path, one that Najia walks with grace, and one that we will all learn to follow. That's the challenge we all face: to embrace love, to embrace light, to embrace truth, and not let the darkness around us enter us and fill us with fear. Instead, we need to have hope of a brighter future, and with love, we will create that future, and it will be before us. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you on the next one.